Welcome. Today, we journey into Hollywood's golden age, not for nostalgia, but to uncover the real stories behind the legends. Beneath the glamour and perfection, these actresses were real women, facing immense pressures and personal struggles. We'll look beyond the celluloid, exploring how the very system that built them up often contributed to their decline. Their stories are not just about aging, but about the toll of fame, illness, and heartbreak. No background music, just the truth, and the women behind the legends. Let's honor their lives by remembering the reality behind the myth. Let us begin. Judy Garland, born Frances Ethel Gumm, was a phenomenon, her voice and spirit captivating millions. MGM controlled every aspect of her life, enforcing a dangerous regimen of amphetamines to keep her thin and barbiturates to make her sleep. This cycle of prescribed addiction began in her teens, leaving her dependent for life. The drugs, relentless work, and public scrutiny took a visible toll: dramatic weight changes, exhaustion, and a sadness that dimmed her once vibrant eyes. Her health deteriorated. Liver damage, emotional turmoil, and a spirit eroded by being treated as a commodity. In her final years, she looked far older than her 47 years, her frailty and pain unmistakable. The powerful voice remained, but it was haunted by the cost of her suffering. Judy Garland died in 1969 from an accidental overdose, a tragic end shaped by the very industry that made her a star. The rainbow she sang of faded long before her final curtain. Her story is a warning about the price of manufactured dreams. Marilyn Monroe, Norma Jean Mortensen, was the ultimate icon, her beauty and allure legendary. Yet, behind the fantasy was a sensitive, intelligent woman, tormented by insecurity and a desperate need for love. Fame isolated her, and the pressure to maintain perfection led to a dangerous reliance on prescription drugs. Her struggles with depression and anxiety made her increasingly erratic, while the studios labeled her difficult. The toll was visible: fluctuating weight, pale skin, and a mask of glamour hiding deep pain. Monroe's death at 36, an overdose, remains shrouded in speculation, but the tragedy is clear. She was consumed by the very fame she sought, dying alone despite being adored by millions. The world mourned Marilyn, but few understood Norma Jean. Her story is a stark reminder of the cost of being an icon. Hedy Lamarr was more than a screen siren. She was a brilliant inventor, co-creating technology that led to Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Hollywood, however, only valued her beauty, dismissing her intellect and typecasting her in shallow roles. As she aged, the industry turned its back, and Lamarr, desperate to preserve her looks, underwent a series of unsuccessful plastic surgeries. The procedures distorted her once perfect features, leaving her isolated and reclusive. Her later years were marked by loneliness and legal troubles, her genius unrecognized until long after her prime. Lamarr's story is a tragic irony. A brilliant mind reduced to chasing a fading facade, she became a recluse, her legendary beauty lost to time and surgery. Her life reminds us how society often fails to see beyond a woman's face. Hedy Lamarr was a pioneer, but Hollywood only saw the surface. Rita Hayworth, the love goddess, dazzled with her beauty and sensuality, but behind the glamour was a shy, gentle soul. Pushed into stardom by her father and scarred by tumultuous relationships, she struggled to reconcile her public image with her private self. In middle age, her behavior changed. Violent outbursts, confusion, and memory loss, misattributed to alcoholism. The truth emerged in 1980. She was suffering from Alzheimer's disease, a diagnosis that brought public awareness to the illness. Her vibrant energy faded, replaced by fear and confusion. Her beauty altered by a relentless neurological decline. The press was unkind, focusing on her fading looks rather than her struggle. Hayworth's final years were spent in her daughter's care, her identity slowly erased. She gave Alzheimer's a face, turning her tragedy into a legacy of awareness. The love goddess's last role was one of courage in the face of loss. Jean Tierney's ethereal beauty defined her career, but her life was marked by profound tragedy. Contracting German measles while pregnant, she gave birth to a disabled daughter, a guilt that haunted her. Personal losses and career pressures led to severe depression and bipolar disorder. In the 1950s, she underwent brutal shock therapy, erasing memories and altering her personality. The serene confidence that once defined her was replaced by fragility and visible trauma. Though she attempted a comeback, the spark was gone, her face bearing the scars of both illness and its treatment. Tierney's story is a heartbreaking example of how mental illness and its crude remedies can change a person inside and out. Her beauty became a mask for suffering. She reminds us that tragedy can touch even the most luminous stars. Veronica Lake's peekaboo hairstyle made her a sensation, but her fame was fleeting. Labeled difficult in a male-dominated industry, her career declined rapidly after the war, compounded by alcoholism and poor choices. Paramount dropped her, and she drifted into obscurity, taking odd jobs far from Hollywood's glamour. Years of drinking and hardship left her physically unrecognizable. Her once iconic beauty eroded. A brief resurgence in the late 60s couldn't restore her career or health. Lake died at 50 from complications of alcoholism, her story a cautionary tale of Hollywood's fickleness. The machine that built her up discarded her just as quickly. Her fall from grace was as swift as her rise. Veronica Lake's legacy is a warning about the cost of fleeting fame. The peekaboo star vanished, leaving only a cautionary shadow. Frances Farmer was a fiercely intelligent actress who defied Hollywood's expectations. Her rebellious spirit and political outspokenness led to clashes with studios and a public unraveling. Declared mentally incompetent, she was institutionalized and subjected to brutal treatments: shock therapy, hydrotherapy, and possibly even a lobotomy. 5 years in asylums broke her spirit and ravaged her body. Released in 1950, she was a shadow of her former self. Subdued, scarred, and aged beyond her years. Farmer's later life was marked by obscurity and trauma, her beauty and fire extinguished. Her story exposes the horrors of unchecked psychiatric power and the fate of women who refuse to conform. Frances Farmer's tragedy is a testament to the dangers of a system that punishes nonconformity. She became a symbol of lost potential and institutional cruelty. Jean Seberg, an American icon of the French New Wave, found herself targeted not by Hollywood but by the FBI. Her support for civil rights and the Black Panthers made her a target of COINTELPRO's psychological warfare. The FBI planted false stories, leading to public humiliation and the premature death of her child. The trauma shattered Seberg, leaving her plagued by depression and paranoia. Her once radiant face became a mask of sorrow and fear. Annual suicide attempts marked the anniversary of her loss. In 1979, she died alone in Paris, a victim of government persecution. Seberg's compassion became her undoing, her beauty consumed by relentless harassment. Her story is a chilling reminder of the cost of conscience. Gloria Graham, queen of film noir, was known for her sultry vulnerability and distinctive speech, caused by nerve damage from cosmetic surgery. Obsessed with her looks, she underwent multiple procedures, altering her face and fueling insecurity. Scandal rocked her career when she married her former stepson, leading to blacklisting and exile from Hollywood. Forced to the stage, she worked tirelessly, but her health declined. Diagnosed with stomach cancer, she refused treatment, believing in faith over medicine. Her final days were marked by denial and rapid decline, cared for by her ex-husband's family. The once sultry icon faded into frailty, her beauty and career lost to insecurity and illness. Graham's story is a cautionary tale about the dangers of obsession and scandal. She remains a haunting figure of vulnerability and tragedy. Barbara Payton's rise was meteoric, her beauty and sensuality making her a Hollywood sensation. Scandal and addiction quickly derailed her career, with a notorious love triangle marking her downfall. Labeled uncontrollable, she was dropped by studios and spiraled into alcoholism and poverty. Her appearance changed drastically, her once glamorous face hardened by years of substance abuse. Arrests for prostitution and fraud followed, and she became homeless. Her life a cautionary tale, whispered in Hollywood. A ghost-written autobiography was her last attempt at redemption, but it changed nothing. Payton died at 39, her body destroyed by addiction and hardship. From movie magazines to Skid Row, her story is the most extreme example of Hollywood's dark side. Barbara Payton's fall is a warning about the destructive power of fame. We've reached the end of our journey through the lives of 10 women who once captivated the world. Their stories reveal the darker side of Hollywood's golden age, an industry that could create and discard with equal speed. Let's remember them not for their fading beauty, but for their talent, resilience, and the lessons their lives teach us. Their legacies go beyond the screen, reminding us of the human cost of fame. Thank you for joining us in honoring these remarkable women. If you wish to explore more stories from classic Hollywood, subscribe to our channel. Until next time, be well.